Hey everyone, I'm Bianca Jordan. I'm an immigration lawyer at Brazen Legal, and I help immigrants get legal status in the United States. Today's video is about some updates to the Biden-Harris immigration policy. Back in November of 2020, which at this point feels like forever ago, I did a video on President-elect Biden's immigration wish list, if you will. It was a very lengthy wish list. It's available on his website, and I went through most of the changes, but there are a lot of changes on that wish list, things from reforming immigration to helping people with temporary protected status. There are a variety of things on that list that President-elect Biden would like to have happen and, help immigrants in this country as well as people that want to come here. So a couple weeks ago, or somewhat recently, Vice President Kamala Harris kind of gave us a little bit of a teaser as to some of the things that we could maybe expect from their policy if they're able to actually roll it out. So I want to take some time to really go through those proposals. And also there was an article recently that was published that kind of summarized some of the things that are allegedly going to be in this immigration policy, and some of them were inaccurately reported. So I do want to take some time to clear some of those things up as well. So the first update that is really great news is that under this new immigration bill, which hopefully will become law to help so many deserving immigrants, the first update is that this law would provide immediate green cards to people that have temporary protected status. And that is some really, really great news. There has been a lot of activity circling around temporary protected status. Back in December, the government extended temporary protected status for a lot of countries up until October 4th, 2021. And just last week, the Supreme Court of the United States agreed to hear a case about temporary protected status. And the case that the Supreme Court will decide later on this term is basically whether having temporary protected status by itself will allow you or enable you to just go and apply for a green card regardless of how you came to the United States. Currently, right now, this is a very divided issue across the country. There are maybe, I think at this point, almost half of the states in the United States allow temporary protected status by itself to count as an admission, which means that even if you came to the country undocumented, if you have temporary protected status and you live in one of the states that allows this, you can get a green card without having to leave the United States. So that's pretty much the issue that the Supreme Court will decide. And whatever the Supreme Court will decide will become universal across the United States. Fingers crossed that they side with immigrants, which would mean that if you have temporary protected status, no matter where you live, you would then be able to adjust your status. So that means if you're married to a US citizen, you can adjust your status and get your green card in the US without having to leave. If your parent is petitioning for you to get a green card, you would be able to get a green card here depending on what category you might be in. If you are someone's parent and they are a US citizen and your child is a US citizen and they're at least 21 years old, you would be able to get a green card here in the United States without having to go back. So fingers crossed that everything goes well with the Supreme Court case. It's probably not going to get decided until really late in this term, closer to June, when they're about to go on vacation for the summer. So I will definitely keep you posted on that. But again, one of the main updates to the Biden-Harris immigration law would be that people with temporary protected status would be able to get green cards immediately. Another update to their policy would be that people with DACA would also be able to immediately get a green card. And again, for people that maybe aren't really familiar with what DACA is, DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and it is an immigration benefit given to people that came to the United States as children. Either they entered the United States undocumented, or maybe they entered the United States with some sort of visitor's visa or some sort of authorization that has since expired. And President Barack Obama created this policy to enable these people to get some type of legal status. And so under the Biden policy, they would be able to get green cards as well. Another update that is also included that would be included in this bill is that they want to try to get more immigration judges. This is definitely something that I, as an immigration attorney, am pushing for, because there are so many people that have really great immigration cases. If only they could just appear in front of an immigration judge. And one of the things that the Trump administration has tried to do is cause so many delays in people's cases, especially court cases, cases that are in immigration court. As of right now, we have over 1 million immigration cases that are pending. The Trump administration has removed a lot of authority from judges, so they're not able to really just administratively close certain cases anymore. And there's just such a backlog. There are people whose cases aren't being scheduled until like 2025 at this point. So having more immigration judges added to the immigration court system would definitely relieve a lot of this burden, because there are a lot of people who, for example, if they were ever deported, or if they were ever in immigration court at all, if the case wasn't terminated, these people have to get their immigration benefits in immigration court. There are so many people that qualify for a green card, but they can only get the green card if they go to immigration court. And with the lack of immigration judges and the huge backlog that we have, a lot of immigrants are having to wait even longer to get some sort of legal status. So I'm really happy about this update as well. And another change, the last one, and this is the one that's a little bit misleading, at least in the article. One thing that this immigration law would also do is try to lessen the amount of time that it takes someone to apply for U.S. citizenship. So the article, I think, said that it would be reduced from 13 years to 8 years. It does not take 13 years to become a U.S. citizen, maybe in the aggregate, depending on your case, but generally speaking, in order to become a U.S. citizen, you've had to have had your green card for 5 years, or 3 years if you're married to a U.S. citizen. So again, all of those updates are people that have temporary protected status would immediately be able to get a green card. People that have DACA would immediately be able to get a green card. And the processing time, the wait time to become a citizen would be shortened. I'm not sure how shortened it would be. And then also they're planning on adding more immigration judges to help alleviate the really slow backlog of immigration cases that we have. If I were making my immigration wish list, I would definitely add, giving people that have temporary protected status and DACA green cards. I would also want to expand DACA to include parents. This is something that President Barack Obama tried to do, and that is why DACA has been going back and forth in the court system since then. I would like to see some immigration benefits extended to the parents of people that have DACA. I would also like to see a pathway for U.S. citizenship, or in other words, at least starting with a green card, for people that are in the United States, whether you're here documented or not. If you're currently in the United States, I would like for people to also have an opportunity or some type of pathway to get a green card as well. I hope you found this video really helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you're not already, make sure that you're subscribing to this YouTube channel. And also, I invite you to follow me on Instagram. I am Brazen Lawyer, and every day I am sharing quick tips, immigration information, and just information and tips that you need to know to make your immigration journey and your immigration applications a little bit better. Thanks for watching.